The derbies are our biggest games, and they're where we get our biggest crowds. Hopefully that will still be the case without the internationals, but we probably are all aware that the reason people come and watch derbies is for the top players in Wales to go head to head. And like I said before, it's my first experience of a derby in the league that doesn't have that. But it's a different challenge, and one that we're ready to meet, and we certainly have a squad here of players who are really hungry and excited to get out and play in that derby, and hopefully put a performance in to get another home win.
At the weekend, you went pretty well against Poe. The Scarlets struggled somewhat against Saracens, as I'm sure many teams would have on that form. How do you see the form of the two teams coming into this?
Yeah, obviously they're in a competition that playing a full hit Saracens away from home is a real challenge for them, but I thought they were pretty dogged at times and they really had a go. And they had a few injury problems of their own that they had to deal with. So, Scarlets is always a very, very tough fixture. They're playing with a shape that gives them a lot of width at the moment, and they're playing quite a sort of high tempo, wide game. We'll have to deal with, and a number of good players that they still have in their squad, even though they'll be without some internationals that will be a threat to us if we get it wrong. So we've got to make sure it's a home game, that first of all our defensive display is as good as it has been at times this season, and make sure that we can test them with our attacking game.
Both teams mid-table at the moment. Could be a pretty important one in the context of the season, couldn't it?
Very much so, yeah. Very much so. I think it's a big game for both. The next few games are big games for us all during this period, and we'll sort of go into what is now Treviso away, that will probably have their internationals and we won't have ours, and Connaught then in the league after an LV period, which again will be a tough fixture. So they're the challenges of the calendar, and we'll get on with them. I obviously was involved with both Shinglers when I was at the Scarlets, and they've got a pretty good relationship, both very competitive, obviously both playing very different positions, but it'd be quite interesting to see them on the field playing against each other. I've got to say I've been very impressed with Steve Shingler at the moment. For us, he's been in really good form, and he was outstanding form on the weekend, I thought. But also looking back at the athlete over the last few games that Aaron Shingler is, it certainly is another guy that we're going to have to be able to take care of.
You touched on Steve Shingler. I mean, again on Friday night, I think you said on the way up to me that Corey Allen probably owes him a point or two after some of the passes he put through, but he's proved a really good signing for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've worked with Steve, as I said before, so I knew what he was capable of, and he's a 10 who can play other positions, but he's a 10. He's got great leadership. His vision and his game control is excellent, as we've seen on more than one occasion, and he's become a better player as well over the last couple of years, a more rounded player, and we're certainly really pleased with the signing, and I think he's proved that up till now.